Hello and welcome to Smoobu, the vacational rental software. Our main focus at Smoobu is to make your life easier by giving you a clear overview of your activity and automate the most redundant task of your day. In this video, I will show you how to increase your revenues and manage your Booking.com listings within Smoobu. So let's get started. Now we can see Smoobu's cockpit. This landing page has been designed to give you all important data at one glance. You can find all your calendars with their ongoing reservations. Down below is a next arrival and departures menu, as well as your activity feed, showing you the latest movements in your bookings. In order to connect your Booking.com account, I will first need to go to my Extranet. Now I can see my 3 properties listed in Booking.com. So let's connect the first one. Okay, from here on, I will click on Accounts and Connectivity Provider. From this page, I can click on Search and find Smoobu. Here, I will simply enter my channel manager and I will find Smoobu down below. I will then simply accept, and down there, I will accept the terms and conditions. Before that, I will simply find my property ID that you can always find up left and copy it. Then I will accept the connection and Booking.com will then request the connection to be made to Smoobu. So now I will go back to Smoobu and I will go to Settings, go in my booking portals and find Booking.com. I will go and edit this portal. If you have never connected Booking.com, you might have to find it from the menu up here. I will then edit the connection and paste the number that I have copied from before. So now you can see that I have my property ID that is right there, and now I can simply map my property. So from here on, I want to connect my property that I just connected. So I will click on Save, and now my property is fully connected to Smoobu. Now that I have connected my Booking.com account to Smoobu, I want to make sure to map my standard rate to Smoobu. You can connect any rate, but we always encourage customers to map the standard rate. This means that Smoobu will now synchronize prices for the standard rate. Any other rate should then be linked from inside your extranet to the standard rate. For instance, if you have a non-refundable, you should, for instance, make it 10% higher than the standard rate. This way, you will always have a current pricing based on the standard rate that is managed from Smoobu. So let's go in the additional price settings and do this. From here, I can see that the room rate is the standard rate. Here, I could choose non-refundable or the standard rate. So I will accept the default setting and save with the standard rate. So what does this mean? It means that now Smoobu will always overwrite my standard price. So you can see here that I will have a standard rate here and a non-refundable here. So I want the non-refundable to be always based on the standard rate. So I will go in Rates and Availability Rate Plans to simply check what is happening here. So here I can see the informations are good because I see that my standard rate is mapped from Smoobu, which is correct, and my non-refundable is 10% cheaper than my standard rate. So this is perfect. Every time I will adjust a price from Smoobu, it will override the standard rate, and the non-refundable is always based on what the standard rate is. So there is nothing to do here. This is what I want. So Perfect. I can go back to Smoobu, and from within this page, there is something that you should know. Smoobu can manage your availability to Booking.com, meaning you might want to have your house opened the whole year in advance, maybe 2 years, maybe 6 months, whatever. But Smoobu can do that. So Smoobu can manage and open your room up to 2 years in advance, approximately 720 days. So 720 days is the maximum value you could input here, but you are free to choose between 90 days and 720. So here, for instance, I configured that I am bookable until 360 days in advance, meaning that every day at midnight, Smoobu will refresh your inventory on Booking.com to make sure that you are open until 360 days every day. So this way you don't have to worry about opening or closing your calendars. You know that Smoobu will always do it for you. So this is the basic settings of your Booking.com account. This is what you want to have done. If you have any question, you should obviously get in touch with us. But this is the basic settings that we all want everyone to have. Map your properties, check which standard, which rate is connected, and add a setting for your availability in advance. So now let's go in a little bit of troubleshooting. In Booking.com, per default, your price is set for the maximum amount of people that are allowed to stay in your accommodation. If you wish to have different prices based on the number of people staying and want a coherent pricing between platforms, we kindly ask you to contact your Booking.com customer representative and ask them to change the price model. This way you can send, let's say, a price for 2 guests and have an extra charge for each additional guest. This action cannot be done from Smoobu, therefore you need to ask Booking.com for this. This is a standard procedure that should not take more than a couple of minutes. The room status. There are 3 conditions to be bookable on Booking.com. The first one is the inventory. The second one is to have a price in at least one rate. And the third one is the room status. Inventory and pricing is now managed from Smoobu, so this is now our job. Sit and relax. However, room status can only be controlled from your extranet, and Smoobu will never override this value. Please make sure to have the room open at all time. If Smoobu needs to close it because it is already booked, we will simply edit the inventory, setting it to 0 in order for Booking.com to not accept bookings. Please simply go on your extranet and go in your calendar. From the calendar, you want to select the 2 next years. So I will select the date of today and go until May 2023, setting it to 2 years. Once your calendar has loaded, you want to make a bulk edit and edit the room status. You want to open the room and save the changes. As you can see, blocked dates remain blocked. So there is no risk of double booking by doing so. But this way you are sure that any dates that were previously blocked manually are now free, giving Smoobu complete power over your calendar at Booking.com. This is very important and can lead to many issues, which is not done by Smoobu nor Booking.com. So please make sure you've done this for each property that you manage. Inventory above 1. During the connection phase, you might have encountered an error stating that Smoobu cannot connect to Booking.com because there is an inventory superior to 1. Some people manage their property on Booking.com by creating a type of accommodation and giving it an inventory superior to 1, like a hotel, for instance. Smoobu does not manage inventory like a traditional hotel software with several rooms in one type. Please contact your Booking.com representative and kindly ask them to duplicate your rooms, to give them each a calendar with an inventory equal to 1. Simply click again on Reload and your properties will then appear from the menu. Now that you are connected and that Booking.com is up and running, it is time to see what Smoobu actually does. We will now be able to import your bookings from Booking.com. We give them a light blue color to remind you of Booking.com colors. You can now push prices from the calendar page. This is one of the main points. Now that you have connected Booking.com, you can now connect and you can see that all my portals will appear as well as Booking.com, giving you full power to send prices to Booking.com within Smoobu. No more jumping back and forth between portals. It's all there. We now centralize communication between you and your guests directly by sending message directly to the Booking.com application of your guest, meaning that you don't need anymore to jump back and forth again between application. You can do that directly from Booking and write to them directly. Another thing that Smoobu has been implementing in the past is the integration with charge automation. Smoobu is not allowed to receive credit card details from Booking.com, but we have now a new partnership with a company from Canada called Charge Automation, therefore giving you access to Booking.com possibility of collecting payments directly. This way you do not need to enable Hotel Collect. You can directly from Charge Automation and completely automatically manage the payment from Booking.com bookings. Get the best out of your property with Booking.com and Smoobu, the vacational rental software. Thank you for watching.